keys to victory, Houston Texans, week 4, 1 o'clock game. I think their stadium's like NRG
Stadium.
Yeah, NRG Stadium. What you see happening? How do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers pull this one off?
Well, I think you touched on it a little bit earlier, but these corners, the secondary really has to hold up. It was touch and go a little bit against the Las Vegas Raiders, but this is a significantly easier challenge. And we talked about how we know the offensive line is going to be porous, the defensive line is going to get there, the pass rush is going to get there, but you've got to do your job on the back end, and they don't have to hold up for very long. They don't. Like, they've got to hold it for a few seconds while CJ Stroud is getting sacked, and then you're golden. Like, this is going to be a game where you should be able to walk away from it like, oh, the secondary played really well too. Like, and then you can kind of look into it and be like, well, they got some, like, they didn't have to do a whole lot, but I don't want to have to worry about the secondary at all this week. And I think that's how you stomp this game out, and you make this a laugher as quick as possible, is you don't give an inch on defense.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the secondary just has like such a good opportunity to kind of shut up a lot of critics and just say like, hey, look at this defense is fine. And against good offenses, yeah, we're going to have our hiccups, but we're fine. Like, we could beat any mediocre offense, any middle of the pack team in the NFL. And there's really no worries there. I agree. That is huge. I feel like there are very minimal keys to victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game, just because I just think this is just such an easy game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, even if the Houston Texans are coming off a big win and people are going to say trap game. I think it's hard to have a trap game when your team's not that good. And I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could be great, but they're just not right now. They're still getting there. Yeah, they're 2-1. They're in a really good spot, like a really, really good spot. And I think they have the building blocks to get to where they want to go, but I just don't think they're a team that's going to fall for trap games right now. So I'm going to go with a little bit of a different take here, a little bit of a prediction, I would say. I'm saying my key to victory is that Kenny Pickett leads this team to a dominant win. And I'm talking Kenny goes off. 300 yards. This could be the first game Matt Canada's offense has 400 yards in a game. And I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm saying that there's a really strong possibility. I'm saying Kenny's got a 300-plus game, maybe. George Pickens got a touchdown. Calvin Austin gets a touchdown. Pat Freiermuth maybe gets a touchdown. Multiple touchdowns, no interceptions. Like, this is a Kenny Pickett is here, this is happening type of game. I don't know if it carries on for the whole season. I kind of have a hard time saying that it does, but I'm saying right here, this is the performance that just says, look at everybody who is just hating on Noah and Steven because they wanted to bag on the offense a little bit. It's justified. Kenny Pickett said, go ahead, have another free week. And I think that'll be well earned. But I'm thinking Kenny goes off. I'm feeling this is the week that Kenny finds like a crazy rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, last week was the first time in his career he'd thrown for multiple touchdowns. I could absolutely see him keeping that streak alive. That's a good one. I like that, because I think even if this game is close, it's going to be close in a shootout-y type of way. You know?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, 6-3 going into the fourth quarter.
No. It'll be a CJ Stroud, Kenny Pickett, and
Duel.
I think
the last two. Oh no, Young went first. Damn, that would have been a good storyline.
Yeah, it would have been a good story.
Last two first quarterbacks.
Yeah. Nah. They don't even play Carolina. Stroud isn't Bryce isn't even playing, I don't think, right now.
He's got like an ankle injury or something.
Yeah, something going on. But I think it could be a battle. I think it could be a duel. I think a lot of people are talking heading into this game. There's like a debate going on Twitter about, is Kenny Pickett better than CJ Stroud, or is CJ Stroud better than Kenny Pickett? I'm not going to put my 2 cents in there. All I'm going to say is I think Kenny Pickett wins a duel if there's a duel this week. And I feel pretty confident in that one. All right. It's time. For the first time all season long, the Pittsburgh Steelers enter a game as favorites. It took 4 weeks, but it has finally happened. They are 2.5-point favors over the Houston Texans in Houston on the road, which makes that a little bit more wild. Like the Cleveland Browns come to Pittsburgh, still underdogs. The Raiders, who looked garbage going in to week 3, still underdogs. Now they're favorites on the road in Houston. 1:00 game. D'Amico Ryans versus Mike Tomlin. Kenny Pickett versus C.J. Stroud. T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith versus Austin DeCullis and company. What you got here? What's your prediction?
I'm a big fan of the Texans. I like what they are building down there. I think Ryan's is a good coach. I think C.J. Stroud is good. Nico Collins is my fantasy baby. I love him. But this is not. I think we went through this before the show started. But the Steelers have only won a game by more than 2 scores, so 9 or more points. I think twice
last season.
Twice last season. I think they do it again. This time, I'm going to go 28-16. I think all the stuff we talked about ends up happening. I might jump on that Kenny Pickett at least, over like 250. I don't think he's surpassed 250 yards this
maybe
year.
Ever in his career.
No, because he threw for like 300 yards against the Bills.
True.
But he also had like 3 picks. So
yeah.
But I think he goes at least over 250. I like that 300 number. I think the defensive line gets there for a bunch of sacks, and the Texans add like a score or 2 late that makes this look a lot closer than it was. But the Steelers are a convincing win down in Houston.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. You said 28-16. I'm gonna go 28. Man, nah, I'm gonna get a little bit ballsier than that. Actually, I'm gonna get a little ballsier than that. Okay, I'm gonna say that for the second time in Kenny Pickett's career, possibly the second time in Matt Canada's career, I don't really know the numbers here, they put up 30+ points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a big week coming for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense on Noah's end here. I'm saying a dominant win down in Houston. 32-14. I'm saying that last touchdown comes in garbage time, and then it's just a smooth. At one point, like the Texans, I'm saying that the Texans have the ball at the end of the game, and it's just like a point where they're just like giving up. Like it's just like, okay, we're not even throwing the football anymore. It's over. 32-14, absolute blowout by the Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ Watt, double sacks. Alex Highsmith finds the quarterback. I'm saying they push that 10 mark. Somebody comes up with a turnover somewhere. I don't know how it happens, but at least one of them. And Kenny Pickett balls out. I'm feeling good about it. I think this is the game where come Monday morning, we're sitting here going, all right, this is like what's going to go on from here? How far can this team take this? I'm saying dominant win in Houston for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, you think on Monday we're going to be talking up, well, this was actually a good win. The Houston Texans are really good, so we need to. That's what we're going to be doing on Monday morning.
I think you blow out the Texans big enough, and you got a real conversation on your hands about how meaningful it is. I think a dominant performance is a statement, no matter who you're playing, especially a team that has had some question marks on their offensive side. But I'm saying this is the one for Kenny Pickett and company and Matt Canada and everybody else on that offense without Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, this is a prove we don't need Jonathan Taylor type of game. That's what I'm saying right there.